You're watching Vancouver TV, where we show you what's happening in your city. We've got the latest movie reviews and access to your favorite celebs. From fashion to red carpets, live shows, and more, we cover it all, keeping you informed about your city and in the know about upcoming events.
Just going through the laundry, found these new thongs.
You know I love it when the music's loud, but come on, strip that down for me.
Tonight, I'm tearing these out with my teeth like an old school cartoon Billy Goat.
Honey, Mitch, those are your daughters.
Prom night! I'm ready.
You look beautiful.
I used to hold that girl in the palm of my hand.
Kayla's becoming a woman. You're gonna have to deal with that.
Thanks, was looking for that.
We gonna light it up like it's prom night.
Dad, why are you here?
You think I'm gonna miss the most important night of your young life?
Isn't that graduation?
Graduation is for losers.
Tonight is the first night of our adult lives. I want to go to prom and lose my goddamn virginity.
Prom night. It's kind of perfect.
I'm in.
Julie left her laptop open.
You guys are snooping on our kids?
All emojis have a secret meaning.
Oh, eggplants are dicks. This is some kind of a dick-related agreement.
Maybe they're just saying, hey, you're okay with me. You're okay with me.
I mean, maybe.
What?
Our girls are not thinking things through. I'm gonna stop them.
I'm in.
I'm fully planning on having sex tonight.
Wherever the night takes us.
The night's gonna take us there.
Wherever the wind sails our ships.
Your ship is going into my harbor.
They're getting away.
WWVDD.
What would Vin Diesel do?
Hey, Fast and the Furious is completely unrealistic. It's not a documentary. I get that.
I'll do anything for my daughter.
What about a chugging contest?
Bring it. No, we're chugging, right?
We're butt chugging.
On the count of 3.
They got a lager or an IPA. Doesn't matter.
Oh my God.
Jesus, he's spit roasting himself.
Post, run!
Post! Oh! Spit! Oh!
Are you a team player or aren't you?
I just chugged a 40 with my asshole. I'm a team player.
To win tickets to see this movie and other fun movie prize packs, visit www.vancouvertelevision.ca.
Hi, I'm Ashley Davidson with Vancouver Television. Today I'm here with Christine Mann, National Makeup Artist and Trainer of Clarins Canada. And today we'll be talking about the new spring collection.
We're so excited. Spring is just around the corner. Thank you for having me on your show, Ashley. And Clarins is launching new products. You know, we're talking about innovation, being different. Here is one of our favorite products that we have at Clarins. I love this, especially when I'm traveling. It's the 4-in-1 pen. Look at this. So Ashley, you're gonna love this. So Clarins is known to be a little bit innovative and helping our clients, you know, when they're doing their makeup or traveling, keep it simple. So this is a 4-in-1 pen. I love the packaging. It's really iconic to Clarins. It's 4-in-1. What does that mean? So we have a lip liner inside the pen, so you just have to click. Do you remember these pens when we were young?
I do.
Do you remember? I used
do.
to have some of those. So we decided to redo them, but practical for our client. So we do have a lip liner, and then we have 3 eye products inside, so eyeliners. We have a brown, then we have a gray, and we also have a black. Look at this. So we have 2 different pens coming in. Those will be in store. I love it. I even use the darker shade, like the brown, for my brows. So you can use it for brows. You can use it also to redo freckles, for lips. You can apply the lip liner all over if you want to. So it's really something fun and practical to have.
This is the coolest thing.
Isn't it cool? So this is our new launch for the spring, and also we're talking about pink. We're talking about fresh beauty and bloom is the look for our spring collection, and we're launching a new eyeshadow palette, which I love. You can see here, look at the shades. We're in pinks and purples, and you can see this is the visual, and this is the look we did with this palette. So, but we were talking about practical and traveling. I use this palette all the time. First, to highlight, I'm gonna use the lightest shade to highlight. You know, we're on that trend of highlight the top of my cheekbones. And I'm gonna use also the second or third shade to use as a blush. So you can really use this palette different ways. So all of them can be used wet or dry. So any eyeshadow at Clarins, you can use a little bit of the fixed makeup spray we have. You can mix it in the powder and it's gonna give you a lot more intensity. So you have a purple, a pink. I want you to see the color. You have to see, this is just amazing. The color payoff is great. You can see, so we're talking about, oh, look at that. Look how nice it is. So the pink too, so these shades are coming in for spring and it's the Clarins look at that.
Wow.
So blush, highlight, eyeshadow, eyeliner, you can use them multiple ways.
And we have 2 lipsticks here.
And exactly, so we're known for Instant Light Lip Balm and we're launching 2 new shades for the spring season. I'm so happy. We haven't launched really any of these shades for a while. So we're looking at a nice kind of red coral and a nice beautiful purple. This is a great kind of a sheer lip balm, great for travel too.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And if you are interested in any of the new spring collection products, you can go to your local Clarins or go to clarins.com for more details. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me. Bye, everyone.
Hey there, Vancouver television viewers. I'm your host, Pegah Ahani, and today we are here at the Vancouver Aquarium to discover some of the amazing species that are here and to check out the stingray exhibition that's happening right now. So make sure you check that out. We're so excited to be here. We're going to go in and look at all the different animals that are here at the Vancouver Aquarium and the different programs they have here. The Vancouver Aquarium is a very important landmark to Vancouverites. It's been here for 62 years and it helps to raise awareness about marine life conservation and being a little bit more environmentally aware of the things that we can do to prevent marine life from being harmed or endangered. So stay tuned. I'm really excited to go in and let's go talk to Natalie, which is waiting for us. Hey guys, so I'm here with the lovely Natalie. She is the assistant manager of interpretive delivery here at the Vancouver Aquarium. Thank you so much for talking to me, Natalie. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. Thanks for joining us here at the Strait of Georgia.
The pleasure is all mine. I am having so much fun. I can barely contain my excitement. I feel like a child. So where are we right now? This is the Strait of Georgia habitat, yes?
Yes, so behind me here is the Strait of Georgia habitat. It's one of our largest BC water exhibits here on display. It's a great representation of all of the local sea life that you would see if you went diving along our coast.
Okay, so this is all local habitat. Some of these fish look like they're very tropical.
It's one of those things we really try to highlight here is the local life in our oceans. A lot of people associate those bright colors with places in the Caribbean or the tropics, but you get these beautiful colors right on our coast. We have some vermilion rockfish in here that have that really bright coloration, and it's just really nice to highlight that that exists right here in BC.
Yeah, it is. So, okay, tell me a little bit about your role as an interpretive delivery. Okay, so what does that mean?
So I manage the guest programs on microphone here. So whenever you come into the building, we're always trying to make sure that people walk away with some kind of conservation message. So we have a lot of programs on mic, a lot of people on the floor to talk to guests, to get them to understand a little bit more about the animals that they're looking at and really connect with that ocean life.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so and how long have you been here for?
I have been here for nearly 3 years now. I actually moved countries just to be here at the aquarium.
From where?
I'm actually originally from the UK.
Oh, wonderful. So you love these guys so much that you wanted to be here.
I love dedication. Yeah, I love the building. I was very impressed with the research that comes out of the building. And so it was just a wonderful opportunity to be here to educate people about ocean life.
Wonderful. Okay, so the Vancouver Aquarium is a very important landmark here in Vancouver. It means a lot to us here at home. It's been around for 62 years. So could you tell us a little bit about, the history and, why it is so important here?
Yeah, we opened way back in 1956, and definitely things have changed. So if you haven't been in a while, come on back. There's lots of new things to see. But it's really important here to connect people with our ocean life, especially now in this day and age. There's a lot of changes going on, climate change, plastics. There's a lot of issues when it comes to our oceans, and we really try and highlight those in a very accessible way here and in a fun way that kids can really enjoy.
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful way to create awareness about environmental integrity, but also to really, when people come and connect with these species and these animals, they see why it is so important to keep our oceans clear of plastics and waste. Yeah, so that's really important. And so I see this affiliation between the organization Oceanwise and the Vancouver Aquarium. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so recently we've undergone a little bit of a change. So Oceanwise is now the overarching brand. Basically, the Vancouver Aquarium does so much stuff outside of the Vancouver Aquarium building that we needed to have a larger label to cover it. So we have our plastics pollution lab that's looking at microfibers. We have our research on killer whales that's off-site, and we really wanted to encompass that and go global, basically, to make our message heard throughout the world.
Yes, and what an important message it is, right? So, okay, tell me a little bit about like the different species that you exhibit here at the Vancouver Aquarium.
We have lots of amazing life here in the Vancouver Aquarium. We have our rescued sea otters are definitely a fan favorite. They are cute, adorable, but also really important messaging for here on BC. They're a species that's in recovery, so it's great to highlight that. We have tropical galleries, an Amazon gallery, and of course a huge collection of amazing animals that you can find right here in BC.
Wow, okay, I cannot wait to meet penguins and otters. I mean, I love all marine life, and all marine life is really special to me, especially the jellyfish exhibition too is beautiful, but I can't wait to meet those penguins and the sea otters, so I'm looking forward to it. I also heard you guys have a stingray demonstration for a while.
Yeah, so we've had a stingray touch pool here on site for almost 2 years now. It will be leaving us at the end of spring break, so it's the last chance to catch that. It's an amazing exhibit. You get the opportunity to get really up close and hands-on with those animals. So you get to touch them gently along the back, which is there's nothing better than connecting with an animal directly, and it's been an amazing thing to share with our guests. Members have definitely found it a fan favorite, and it's been great to highlight those animals because sharks, they get a lot of press, whether it's positive or negative. Rays tend to fly under the radar, as it were. No, not at all. But it's really important to highlight them because they also face the exact same overfishing issues that sharks do.
Oh, definitely. They get caught in the nets, right? So, okay, so I'm excited to meet those guys too. What else do you guys have planned for the spring and summer?
Yeah, spring is going to be awesome. We have our new 4D movie, which is about sharks. They are my favorite animals, so I'm really excited about that. It's a BBC documentary that we have here on site. We've got an Easter scavenger hunt. Of course, our Ray Touch Pool will be here for spring break. But once that closes, before summer, we'll be getting a brand new exhibit called Vortex. It's really exciting. It's a collaboration with an acclaimed artist called Douglas Copeland, and it'll be all about ocean plastic. So really bringing that conversation to light here in the galleries, highlighting it not only through his art, but throughout the galleries with the animals as well.
Wow, thank you so much for breaking that down, Natalie. It's such an amazing thing that you're doing here. I'm so envious of your job. I'd love to be here all day. So maybe we can switch sometime. Yeah? Let's switch for a while.
I quite like being here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to switch either. Okay, so let's go and see all these amazing animals.
Yeah, let's go and do it.
Okay, awesome. Natalie, that was a magical experience. That was so amazing. Almost a little bit emotional. They're so soft. Tell me a little bit about the species.
Yeah, we have two different species here. So the ones you were predominantly touching are called cow nose rays. They're the diamond-shaped ones. And then we do have two that are round, like this one here behind me, and they're known as southern stingrays.
Southern stingrays. Okay, so, the ones that I touched, they felt like, their skin felt like almost like a dolphin, or, it's like that really satiny, soft. And what is their tail for?
Yeah, so their skin is soft because it has a mucus layer on it. So that's really important for their health. Also makes them streamlined in the water. That's what gives them that kind of like peeled mango texture. But the tail is very long on the cow nose, and it's an indicator of if something is sneaking up behind them. So typically they would be a topwater ray, and so they can't see behind them, and that tail is a really good indicator that a predator is sneaking up, which is why we ask guests not to touch the tail while they're here. We don't want to give them any kind of scare or fright.
And having that texture and that color on their bodies probably makes it really easy for them to hide from predators in like underwater when they're really, really close to the ground, right?
Yeah, so both of these rays have completely different strategies when it comes to escaping predators. So the cow nose, they tend to be a topwater ray, a little bit more of a group ray. They hang out in numbers, which is a good strategy to evade being eaten. And then the bottom, the southern rays, they'll hang out underneath the sand, kind of burrow themselves underneath, and that's how they stay hidden.
Okay, so how cute are these otters? Are these otters, from BC's Wild Coast, or where are these guys from?
Yeah, so you would find them along our coast, not necessarily right here in Vancouver, but Vancouver Island for sure. But they actually were extinct along our coastline for quite some time. So there was a huge conservation project to bring them back to our coast, introducing them on the coast of Vancouver Island, and they're making a bit of a comeback. The estimates are about 5,000-ish at the moment, and they're really, really important to our ecosystem, not only because they're adorable, but they provide a really important predator to the ecosystem. So they eat sea urchins, which actually eat kelp, which is kind of like an underwater forest. So if there's too many urchins, we don't have the forest, but with the otters, the urchin population is kept down.
So they are so important to the ecosystem, but they're just so cute too. How many do we have in total over here?
Yeah, we have 6 rescued sea otters here. So they were all found as abandoned pups. So they were all deemed non-releasable by the government, and we were asked to be their permanent caregivers. And so we are really lucky to be able to provide them with that second life and home.
And are they, these ones are females, yes?
We have a mixture of females. So in here at the moment, I believe we've got our 2 adult females and one of our younger males. So they range in age from 12 years old right down to the 1 and a bit years old.
Wow, they have such great personalities. Like they all have like a certain distinct personality. They're so cute and they're so friendly. So where's Hardy?
Hardy would be in the next habitat along from here. So we do have a mixture of groupings. We try and mix them up during the day, both with each other and also with the trainers that they work with, the enrichment items and toys that they get, to make sure that their days are really varied and interesting.
They really like grooming themselves. They like to look good. They want to look good for the camera, I guess.
It's a really, really important skill for an otter to be able to groom. It's one of the first things we have to teach the pups when we rescue them. And that's because they have really very little body fat. So that fur is their insulation. So if they can't keep that clean, then it gets matted and then they get water on their skin. And this water is really chilly. So if it gets onto their skin, they can get hypothermia quite easily. So keeping it clean is like #1 priority for the sea otter.
Hey guys, we're here at Penguin Point. Natalie, I'm excited about this. I really want to get really up close to those guys. So these are African penguins, yes?
These are African penguins. They are the only species you'll find in Africa. So they're found on the coast of South Africa and up into Namibia as well. These ones were born in human care, and they're here as part of a species survival plan for the bird. So unfortunately, the species has dramatically declined along in its natural surroundings. So these are an insurance population to be able to boost that population should we need to.
So do you guys switch up your species of penguins? Like, do you have different kinds here, or do you feature different species and then kind of put them back into their natural habitats, or is it just the African penguins most of the time?
Yeah, so these birds are on loan from a separate facility, so they're here with us as representatives for their species. So it's a really great opportunity for us to tell that penguin tale, connect people with an animal that's definitely far off the beaten path from Vancouver, even though we can all have huge impacts on these birds. But currently this is the only species of penguin we've had at the Vancouver Aquarium.
Well, it looks like they're well dressed and ready for the occasion today with their tuxedos. I've never actually seen this type of penguin. I love penguins, all penguin species. So what are some of the features of this species?
Yeah, the coloration is pretty indicative of penguins in general. That black back, that white belly, that's really important for them. It seems really confusing that stark coloration is camouflage, but it works really well. So if you're above the bird, you see the black back that blends in with the deepness of the ocean below. If you're below the bird, you see that light belly and that blends in with the sky above. So even though it looks like really dramatic coloring, it actually makes them blend perfectly into their surroundings.
Oh, wonderful. So, what do these guys do for fun? I mean, what do they do all day over here?
Yeah, so we provide them with lots of different kinds of enrichment. I think the most fun one that I've seen for me to watch is bubbles. So that's a really interesting one. They seem to be attracted to peripheral things, like if you see any dragonflies or things that come through here in the park, you'll often see them all watching it, and it's almost like a little tennis match going on. They're very interested in anything kind of up in the air.
Yeah, it seems like they're just kind of all together, hanging out, looking around and listening.
Yeah, so it's actually really fortunate to see them. So it does get too cold, believe it or not, here for them to be outside. So some days we actually keep them in their indoor area. Yeah, African penguins.
Too cold? I thought penguins love snow.
Right? So believe it or not, the climate here is quite similar to that of somewhere like Cape Town. So Cape Town would also get snow on the mountains on rare occasions, but when it drops below a certain temperature, just for our animal health care, we want to make sure that they're staying nice and warm. So they go into their burrows, which is really natural for them. So in South Africa, they would actually make their own burrow, like a little cave that they would go into. And so here we provide them with that behind the scenes.
Hey guys, we are here at Stellar's Bay to meet Kenai and Amac. These are big guys. Look at these seals. They're so great.
Yeah, so these are stellar sea lions. They are huge, but...
Sea lions, I'm sorry, my bad.
Don't worry, everybody makes that mistake. And there's actually a couple ways you can tell them apart. So Kenai's demonstrating really well right now. Being able to stand on those flippers is a good sign that you're looking at a sea lion. Seals would be lying on their bellies. They can't really prop themselves upright. But these two male stellar sea lions are about 5 years old, and they have room to grow. So although they're only like 370 kilos right now, they can get up to about 1,000. So they're gonna double, maybe triple in size.
Wow, so they could weigh up to a ton, hey?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, and okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, they look too big to be seals. So sea lions, and their teeth too are a lot bigger.
These animals do have very large teeth, and stellar sea lions are the largest sea lion in the world. So that is why they get to such kind of record weights.
Oh, wow. Okay. And what are they doing right now? Are they just chilling?
Yeah, it's the end of the day. They're hanging out, they're chilling. They actually just completed a training session with their trainers where they've been working on a lot of healthcare behaviors. So they're probably just relaxing after they've finished all of that.
Oh, it looks like that they're having a lot of fun, and this has been a lot of fun. Natalie, thank you so much for going over, all the different details about each one of these amazing species. It looks like Amac just... What is that like? Hello, why are you here? I'm trying to chill and relax. Can you guys just go away?
They can make really loud noises, which is where the sea lion name comes from. That kind of belchy roar that they can make. Believe it or not, that's pretty quiet.
Oh, really? Wow, I'd love to hear it full throttle. Is there like a mood that they get into, and then you know that he's not happy?
Honestly, it's just communication between themselves. Our females tend to be very vocal with each other, and if our members are here, they're usually there seeing that and hearing that. But yeah, they can be very, very vocal, a very deep. It almost sounds like a burp, but it's not a burp. It's just them talking to each other.
I see. And these guys, their diet is mostly consisting of a lot of fish, right?
Yeah, so seafood would be in their diet, and that's something that we've been studying here with them. So that's why these males are here. They're here to be part of a research program because this sea lion has declined by about 80% up in their eastern populations. Sorry, their western populations. And so we've been trying to figure out why that's the case, and we do think it's to do with their diet. So they are eating seafood that is, it's kind of like the equivalent of us eating celery every day. Like, it is food, but it's not great energy for you. And so they're eating very low fatty fish, whereas the populations here on our coast are doing quite well, and we think it is because they're eating high fat fish.
I see. Okay, well, it's such a pleasure to meet them and to meet you. So thanks again. Thank you to you and the Vancouver Aquarium. I think that this is definitely something that you could do any day. Coming out to Stanley Park, rainy day, sunny day, with your family, with your friends. Actually, April was telling me about the after hours program. Could you tell me a little bit about that before I let you go? I know you have tours to do.
Yeah, so I would absolutely agree. The aquarium is for all ages, young and old. We do get a lot of children coming through on a day-to-day basis. If you are an adult and you're looking for a little bit of an after-hours experience, we do open our doors to an adults-only evening. The next one is coming up on April 20th. So you can come in. We tell a little bit stories a little bit more in detail for the adults. We just finished our Valentine's one, which was all about animal reproduction, which is always really fun. It's a great opportunity to see the aquarium in a different light.